I'm going to repeat that. Bulls and bears cannot statistically win more than 5 battles in a row. Each side will typically give up the power to the other side after 3 to 5 battles. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3 green bars in a row, the sellers are close to grabbing control. 1 red bar, 2 red bars, 3 red bars in a row, the buyers are close to taking control. I'm going to repeat this. Bulls and bears cannot consistently win more than 5 battles in a row. This one concept, if you get it right, will help you become a very accurate stock price predictor. All right? That statistically one color cannot last more than 5 in a row without trouble. Whether it's 5 red in a row or 5 green in a row. Now, let's go to the next one. However, and here's the key. If the bulls or bears win significantly more than 5 bars in a row, a catastrophic loss will be the price that will be paid, because a statistical aberration has occurred. Go far beyond 5 green bars in a row, and I promise you, the drop to the downside will be the biggest you have ever experienced in your life. More than 5 red bars in a row to the downside, when the snapback happens, it will be a violent snapback to the upside. One concept, very important point. Any questions? Yes, sir.
What do you do when you're approaching a 20 bar and you have an indeterminate bar like a doji?
20 green bars in a row plus a doji?
You're approaching the 20 bar moving average.
Oh, the 20 period moving average?
And then you get an indeterminate bar like a doji.
Well, I think it's a phenomenal setup. Let's say you got 3 red bars, down, 3 red bar pullback to a rising 20 period moving average with a doji bottoming bar. All right? Mortgage the house. No, I'm only teasing. All right? All right, we'll talk about those things. These rules, we're talking about core trading, which is applied to what time frame? Weekly charts. But the concepts I'm talking to you now about can be applied to any time frame. Why? Because they're the concepts of 2 emotions, right? Fear and greed. You think fear and greed exist in all time frames, so it doesn't really matter. 3 key events. Here are the 3 key setups. We're going to get into the meat of how you play these concepts now. Pictures of greed. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3 green bars. What are you thinking of doing, buying or selling? Selling. Think sell. Next one. Okay. Next one. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3 green bars, 4 green bars. You're rubbing your hands together thinking what? Sell. Okay. Next one. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3, 4, 5 green bars in a row. Sure. Get ready. Get ready. Put your bank deposit slips to the right-hand side and your finger on the sell button. All right? Okay. Think sell. Now, do you realize that most individual market players buy after 5 bars up? Okay? All right. Do you realize that the number 1 rule from the analysts are to buy new highs? Yeah. When 75% of all new highs fail, 75% of all new highs fail. But in virtually every single technical analyst book and so forth and so on, buy new highs. Okay? Why do you think that's so? Because when major sellers have to sell and want to sell, don't they need buyers? Okay? Should be smart about this. So, 3 to 5 bars up, you're thinking sell. Too much greed has already happened. Next one. Here's a 3 to 5 bar concept to the downside. 1 red bar, 2 red bars, 3 red bars. What are you thinking, buying or selling? Think buy. Don't buy. Don't just buy because you see 3 red bars. All right, we'll get to that. I want you thinking buying. I want you on the buy side now thinking that, getting ready to buy. All right, next one. 1 red bar, 2 red bars, 3 red bars, 4 red bars. It is party time. Okay? I have a 7-year-old daughter. His name is Rebecca. I've talked about this before. Every week we sit down and we have a little lesson on the market. She thinks daddy plays computer games for a living. All right, and she likes it. All right? And I teach her this. I say, okay, sweetheart, all right, how many bars do you see? 10, Daddy. All right, how many of the 10 bars are green? 7, Daddy. How many are red? 3. Who's in control, sweetheart? The buyers, Daddy. That's simple, right? Okay. How many bars do you see now, sweetheart? 20, Daddy. How many red bars? 14 red bars out of the 20, Daddy. How many green bars? All right, 6. Who's in control, sweetheart? The sellers, Daddy. It's simple concepts, right? Simply counting bars. Well, if red bars mean the sellers won that battle, and green bars mean the buyers won that battle, if I count the number of bars in my chart, whichever one comes up with more winning battles is winning the war. That's the side that I should be on. Now, I know what the Bible said, right? David beat Goliath on the stock market. Trust me, Goliath always wins. All right, so we bet with Goliath in the stock market. How do you find Goliath? You count the bars. Now, I also teach you this. I say, sweetheart, you know, the red bars, the sellers can't be in control more than 3 to 5 times. So how many red bars do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, Daddy. What time is it, sweetheart? Party time, Daddy. All right? We're going to repeat this over and over again. Next bar. 1 red bar, 2 red bars, 3 red bars, 4 red bars, 5 red bars. What time is it? Party time. All right. Okay. Let's go. Next one. Now we're going to breeze through. I'm going to teach you how to count your way to profits in the market. I am telling you that some of you are thinking that this is too simple. It can't work. I want you to prove me wrong. This works. We do it every single day. Okay. Here is a weekly chart of Intuit, a relatively popular NASDAQ stock. You can see that the stock was primarily in a sideways trend over a period of time. I want you to look at this. How many red bars?
3.
1, 2, 3. 3 red bars. It's party time. Pull back toward the 20. Next one. How many green bars? 1, 2, 3, 4 green bars in a row. Are you thinking about buying or selling? Selling. How many red bars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Party time. 3 green bars. Stall. Doesn't mean it has to fall, but you certainly get a stall. How many green bars in a row? 1, 2, 3. Top. How many red bars? 1, 2, 3. And we've got some bottoming tails there, which we'll talk about. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Remember, in a row. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Party time. These are huge moves on a weekly chart. Each bar is a week. So on this move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Look how far away from the 20 you are. Are you thinking about doing what? Selling. Right? Never again in the rest of your life will you ever buy a stock away from the 20. If you get a call from your broker at 7 o'clock at night bothering you at dinner who wants you to buy a stock that is way away from the 20, your first action the next day should be to fire the broker. Okay? Next one. Let's count our way to profits again. Next one. 5 green bars in a row. Way away from the 20. I am not interested buyer. If I'm in the stock, I'm an interested seller. Next one. 3 green bars in a row, back toward my 20-period moving average. I'm stepping in, looking for someone willing to give up their stock at precisely the wrong time. 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars in a row. Next one. 3 red bars in a row. Far away from the 20. I'm not interested as a buyer. If I'm in the stock, I'm interested in handing it off to someone who does not know what they're doing. Okay? Next one. Let's talk about bull and bear tails. we're getting into some really interesting things now, because I'm going to take this 3 to 5 bar concept and we're going to add some very phenomenal things to the 3 to 5 bar concept. Now, bottoming tails and topping tails, I've written several articles on this. Extremely important event. I have some traders who make their entire living off of this one concept, finding bottoming tails and topping tails and going the other way. Let's talk about them. 1 bar up. 2 bars up, 3, 4. Look what happens here. I want you to note that this is what I call a topping tail. It is a relatively long tail pointing to the top after multiple green bars. Green bar up, green bar up, green bar up, green bar up. Topping tail. The topping tail indicates where phenomenal amounts of selling have occurred. Topping tails indicate major institutional sellers trying to sell quietly, but the astute chartist recognizes their action. All right? This stock is about to do what? Drop. We already know it's about to drop because it's 4 green bars in a row. But 4 green bars plus a topping tail, you're rubbing your hands together, getting ready. Okay, next one. Next one. 1 red bar down, 2 red bars down, 3, 4, plus, next one, a bottoming tail. So I know that just by virtue of having 4 red bars in a row, that I'm ready to rally. But the bottoming tail tells me I'm ready to rally right now. Okay? Multiple red bars in a row, bottoming tail, rally. Multiple green bars in a row, topping tail, kiss it goodbye. Let's take a look. Topping tail play number 1. Look at this weekly chart. This is a weekly chart of QLGC. Of course, our basic items are on the chart. We need nothing of the fancy stuff that everyone, talks about and tries to promote. You need a chart, a 20-period moving average, a 40-period moving average, and volume. All right, you want to add some things. You like pretty charts, and you can add the other things, but this is all you need. Weekly chart, 20. Next one. 40, volume. Notice the 3 red bar pullback to the rising 20-period moving average. That is when you, as a core trader, step up to the plate and look for someone who's willing, after 3 weeks of pain, they cannot take it anymore. The first week they had a headache. The second week they had a migraine. The third week they were crying on the shoulder of their spouse, or maybe not even, saying, I can't tell my spouse, I've got to get rid of this. All right? You step up to the plate, you take the stock at the 20-period moving average, and you ride the wave. Now, what I want to point out to you is this. Notice, next one, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green bars in a row. Not 5, 6. The price is going to be big. That's going to have to be paid. The collapse is going to be enormous. Not only 6 bars up, the 6th bar is capped off with a huge topping tail, indicating that institutions are just dumping stock on the market. Notice also how far away from the 20 I am. The price paid is going to be huge. Next one. Next one. So we've got 6 bars up in a row. 1. Topping tail. Uh-oh, that's 2 things. The party's over. Next chart. How much is the party over? A $160 catastrophe. Okay? Phenomenal. Again, 6 green bars in a row, topping tail, way away from the 20. First red bar is going to trigger the decline. Bam. Next one. Bottoming tail play. I want you to note that we have a weekly chart, rising 20, rising 40. When both are rising, you can buy the pullbacks toward the 20. All right? Here's how many red bars? 1, 2, 3. 3 red bars in a row toward the 20. You step up to the plate. You're an interested buyer. The stock rallies. Next one. Tops out. Of course, we talked about this. Look how far away from the 20. Topping tail. Party's over, at least temporarily. We have how many red bars down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red bars down, plus a bottoming tail at or near the rising 20-period moving average. Think about the things that are lining up. Let's go over them again. 6 red bars in a row, not 5, 6, meaning that the snapback should be violent. Next item, a bottoming tail. Not only 6 red bars, but 6 red bars plus a bottoming tail. It's party time. How much of a party? A 110% party. Okay? Phenomenal. Nice move. Now, of course, look how far away from the 20 it is again. Not interested. First red bar will kick off a major decline. Next one. Let's talk about the next event. This is called the bullish and bearish changing of the guard. It's a concept or a name that I've given to a very frequently occurring concept in the market. Next one. 1 green bar, 2 green bars, 3 green bars in a row, 4 green bars in a row, and look what happens. A red bar happens. We've talked about this. The balance of power has shifted from the buyers to the sellers. After 4 green bars in a row in this example, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, excuse me. But after multiple green bars in a row, a red bar forms, and you know that the sellers have now regained control of the market. They are now in control of the war. And you are looking for multiple red bars to follow. Next one. Now we have red bar, next one. Red bar, red bar, red bar, followed by a green bar, a flip, a shift, a changing of the guard at the door of your money has happened. All right? The guard at the door was a seller. He's given up and given the controls or given the key to the buyers here. And now we're looking for multiple green bars to follow. So, red bars after multiple green bars, drop. Green bar after multiple red bars, rally. Let's move on. Look at some bearish changing of the guard plays. Here's a weekly chart of ARBA, rising 20. Let's go. 5 green bars in a row. Not 3, not 4, 5 green bars in a row, plus a bearish changing of the guard, plus a topping tail, plus way away from the 20. My God in heaven. You know what's about to happen, right? A major price is going to be paid to the downside. 5 up bars in a row, bearish changing of the guard, plus a topping tail, way away from the 20, kiss it goodbye. It's going to collapse. $120 catastrophe. Okay? Again, if there's one thing you understand when you leave this course, is to never ever think about buying a stock that is way away from the 20. But if anything, turn it into a profit-making opportunity. Way away from the 20, after 3 to 5 green bars in a row, a flip to a red bar, topping tail, kiss it goodbye, profit from it. Okay, let's breeze through this, guys. 3 red bars in a row. 4 up bars in a row, plus a topping tail. 5 down bars in a row. But look at this. I've got 5 red bars in a row, plus a bullish changing of the guard. The guard flipped. It just went from red to green after 5 red in a row. That's a powerful sign. Step on board and just take the ride. 3 bars in a row. 3 bars in a row, plus 3 bars, plus a bullish changing of the guard, plus bottoming tail. My God in heaven. 3 bars in a row down, bullish changing of the guard, plus bottoming tail. Step on board and get ready for the ride. Look at this. 3 up bars in a row, plus a red bearish changing of the guard. 3 up bars, bearish changing of the guard, kiss it goodbye. It's going to move to the downside. 5 red bars in a row. Bullish changing of the guard, plus bottoming tail. I've got 5 red bars in a row, bullish changing of the guard, bottoming tail, equal profits to the upside. These combinations happen every single day in the market. And all you have to do is know the combinations and just sit and wait for them to happen. That is one of the #1 problems of market players. They feel they must be active at all times, But no, you find several events that happen over and over again, and all you do is play the waiting game and the number game, and you play it over and over and over again. Next one. 4 up bars in a row. Next one. I want to breeze through this. I have a few slides left, and let's breeze through all the concepts. Okay? These are what I call mighty 20-period moving average plays. I told you that if the 20-period moving average is rising and the 40 is rising and the 20 is above the 40, you can buy pullbacks toward the 20. Let's talk about that. Next one. 1 red bar, rising 20-period moving average. 2, 3 red bars, 4 red bars. Bullish changing of the guard at or near the rising 20-period moving average. You know that a multiple red bar move back toward a rising, that's the key word, a rising 20-period moving average will ricochet off the 20-period moving average a high percentage of the time. Next one. Next one. Green bar, green bar. That should be a declining 20. Green bar, rally toward a declining 20. That should be a 20, guys. A declining 20-period moving average. The 20-period moving average should knock the stock back down, but it must be declining to do so. All right, next one. Let's take a look. Here is a weekly chart of Altera Corp, a very popular semiconductor stock, trades on the NASDAQ, right? Each bar represents weekly charts. We're looking at 1999 into 2000, a rising 20, a rising 40. The rising 20 is above the rising 40. I want you to note the pullbacks toward the 20. Rising 20 plus, next one, rising 40 plus, the rising 20 is above the rising 40. All of this equals, next, stock will rally off of the 20-period moving average. Note how consistently it did so. Let's go through this on Marvin. Next one. 20. 3 red bars to the 20, 3 red bars to the 20, red bars to the 20, red bar to the 20. The clear signals for you are here, here, and here, and maybe here. Here, 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 and here. This is not a clear signal, but you can still note that the 20-period moving average served as support. You should never, ever, ever think about buying a stock that is far away from the 20. Only one that has declined to a 20. And if you're buying, what must the 20-period moving average be doing? Rising. That increases the odds that the 20 will ricochet it back up. If it's declining, next one. Let's take a look at this second one. You're going to do the reverse. But here we have another stock. This is Xilinx. We looked at this. Note how consistently the stock has rallied off of its 20-period moving average. It's pulled back over several weeks. Next one. Next one. Keep going. 20-period moving average, 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 20-period moving average. This is over a year the stock has rallied off of the 20-period moving average. Now, what do you think most stocks are doing now? Declining off of the declining 20-period moving average. Remember, guys, it is just as easy to make money in today's market as it was in 1999. The chart's just upside down, that's all. All right? You know how back in 1999 you could just pick any 4-letter symbol stock, buy it, and like in 5 minutes collect the money? Well, in today's market, or at least in the last 6 months, what do you do? Pick any 4-letter symbol, hit the sell button, and in 5 minutes collect money. It's the same thing, just reverse. All right, just so we have a hard time flipping it. If the 20-period moving average is rising, you're a buyer. If it's declining, you're a seller on rallies to it. It's simple. Let's move on. Here's an example of a declining. Note my 20 is declining. My 40 is declining. My 20 is below the 40. That means that any rally toward my 20, the 20 should knock the stock back down. All right? Down. Down. Down, down, down. Just a simple process. Next one. Here is the NASDAQ. Here is the QQQs. Here are 2 major sell signals that we basically took advantage of, and you know how to take advantage of it now. I got a declining 20, a declining 40. The declining 20 is below the declining 40. That means any rallies of how many bars in a row? 3 to 5 toward the declining 20-period moving average. I'm stepping in and I'm looking to sell. Most people are looking to buy. Hey, we've got 3 weeks up in a row. The market's coming back. Not if that 20-period moving average is declining, it's not. Okay? Here, 1 up bar, 2, 3, doji-like bar near the declining 20, whack it to the downside. Here we bottom out, rallies to the declining 20, whack it to the downside. This was last week. Okay? Very simple. No one, knowing our concept, should have been thinking about the NASDAQ being a buy last week, not at the declining 20-period moving average. Next one. Only got a few more slides left. Here's another concept called the pristine buy zone and the pristine sell zone. There are very few things I've actually created. This is one of them. All right? It's not necessary to create things. It's just necessary to identify them and recognize them. 3 down bars in a row, rising 20, rising 40, 20 above the 40. The space between the rising 20-period and 40-period moving average is what I call the buy zone. I realized about 7 years ago that an incredible rallies occur when the stock drops between these two moving averages. That space, if they're both rising, is a phenomenal cushion and presents some very interesting buying opportunities. So if a stock drops 3 to 5 bars into the space between the rising 20 and 40, it's a phenomenal buying opportunity on the first green bar, of course. Of course, we have the same on the reverse side. Next one. Multiple green bars up. We've got a declining 20, a declining 40, a declining 20 below the declining 40. If we rally in between the declining 20 and 40, that space between those two moving averages is a phenomenal ceiling. And the move to the downside should be a violent one. Sets up very phenomenal selling opportunities. Let's move on and take a look at some examples. Weekly chart of LLTC. Okay, a popular technology stock. We've got a rising 20, a rising 40. The space between them is the buy zone. Here is a three red bars in a row in between the rising 20 and 40. First green bar kicks off a rally. Now remember, each bar is a week, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-week rally for many, many points. All right? We pull back, buy zone, buy zone. All right? This space is a very important spot. Okay, next one. Another one, pristine buy zone. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars in a row to the downside. In between the rising 20 and 40, the stock takes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red bars in a row to the downside. Right in between the rising 20 and the rising 40, pristine buy zone, the stock takes off. Next one. Here's the sell zone. Here's the spider. This is the item that tracks the S&P 500. If you want to be a big giant like portfolio manager, all you have to do is buy the spiders when the moving averages are doing what? Rising. And you sell the spiders when the two moving averages are doing what? Declining. It sounds basic, simple. I want you doing it though. All right? Here, declining 20, declining 40, declining 20 below the declining 40. It means that rallies are to be sold now, especially those that pull back toward the 20. And if they get past the 20 and enter into the zone, even a more phenomenal sell. Look at this. How many green bars in a row? 1, 2, 3 green bars in a row, right? And then what else? Bearish topping tail plus bearish changing of the guard at the declining 20-period moving average. I want you to think about the items. 3 green bars in a row. That's 1. Topping tail. That's 2. At or near the declining 20-period moving average. That's 3. All right? That's called a mortgage play. All right? These are phenomenal combinations. All right? Multiple green bar rally in a row in the pristine sell zone. First red bar should put the top in. Next one. Sell zone again. This is Microsoft. This has been one of the best core trading stocks of all time. All right, I wish you were here like a year ago or 2 years ago. Look at the phenomenal setups. Wait, are you an interested buyer? No way. Look how many green bars. Look how far away from the 20. And you know what's amazing? What is this called? A bearish changing of the guard, way away from the 20. Kiss it goodbye, right? Drop. Now look how far away from the 20 on the downside it gets. The leash is really tight now. The leash is going to have to pull the dog back. All right? Snap back, but we snap back to what? A declining 20-period moving average. Green bar, green bar, green bar, 3, green bar, 4, 5, 6 green bars at the declining 20-period moving average. What are you thinking? Sell. Sell to the downside. Sell to the downside. We then again move very far away from the 20. How many red bars in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snap back. But we snap back where? In the pristine sell zone. First red bar should put the trouble in. Drop. We drop way away from the 20. How many red bars in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way away from the 20. The leash is tight. It must get pulled back. Snaps back toward the 20. All right, where are we at? 1 green bar, 2, 3, 4 green bars in a row in between the declining 20 and the declining 40, which is called the pristine sell zone. And what happens? A bearish changing of the guard. But a bearish changing of the guard inside the pristine sell zone? Kiss it goodbye. Next one. Last strategy of all. This is the one. This is the big one that we've primarily been talking about for the last 45 minutes. It is called the climactic buy and sell setup. It is the one I want you zeroing in on. That and the 20-period moving average. I talked to you about the fact that stocks cannot stay way away from the 20-period moving average on either side too long. You can make a living in the markets by just waiting for your favorite stock or the entire market, doesn't matter, to get way away from the 20. And then you step in on the first color change. It's simple. That's it. Let's take a look at it. I got 1 green bar up, 2 green bars up, 4, 3, 4, 5. Now I know I'm way away from the 20. Plus I'm 5 green bars up. Greed has run 5 races in a row. Greed is tired now and is going to give up the ghost to fear. All right? The 20-period moving average is like a balloon, right? It's going to get yanked back to the downside, snap back toward the 20. All right? The climactic buy is just the reverse. Multiple red bars in a row, way away from the declining 20, we're going to look for a snapback to the 20-period moving average. Okay? Let's look at these last few examples. This is my favorite tactic of all. We have a weekly chart, a rising 20, a rising 40. The rising 20 is above the rising 40. The stock has moved way away from the 20-period moving average. It is a visual concept. There is no number I can give you, but you and my 7-year-old daughter can say, gee, Daddy, that's way away from, well, maybe you won't say Daddy, but that is way away from, well, maybe you will. I don't know. That is way away from the 20-period moving average. And if I remember what Oliver said, the price is going to be huge because I've got 6 up bars in a row got it there. It went outside of the statistical norm. It's way away from the 20. I've got not 1 topping tail, but 2 topping tails. Oh my goodness. All right? The party's over. Next one. $75 catastrophe. Let's move to the next one. Set up again. Weekly chart, rising 20, rising 40, rising 20 above the rising 40. 6 up bars in a row. Way away from the 20. Not 1 topping tail, not 2, not 3. I'm telling you, 3 topping tails in a row, way away from the 20. It's all over. Okay? 6 up bars in a row, topping tails. Wide distance from the 20, climactic volume. It's over. The party's over. $85 catastrophe. Next one. Now here's a very interesting one. Weekly chart, rising 20, rising 40, rising 20 above the rising 40 period moving average. 5 up bars in a row, plus a bearish changing of the guard. They flipped. The sellers now have the ball, and they're going to drive it back toward the 20, if not beyond. Plus a topping tail. Think about what I have. 5 up bars in a row. All right? Topping tail, bearish 20-20 bar, way away from the rising 20 period moving average. I'm going to get a snap back toward the 20 period moving average. Party's over, $70 catastrophe. All right? Now, of course, the drops to the downside today don't happen as big as they happened last year. All right, when these things were, but you still get the same thing very frequently. I showed you the NASDAQ, I showed you Microsoft, it's doing it now. Any stock, weekly chart, these 2 items, 20, the 40 period moving average, you match the distances, you're looking for tails, you're looking for changing of the guards, you're counting bars. It's a simple process. Next one. Here's our climactic buy to cap off the course. We've got, this is CLS. I want you to note some interesting things on this chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars in a row, plus, what else? Do you see it? Buy zone, yes, plus, what else do you see? Bottoming. See, the professionals say you can't do that. They say you can't predict with any degree of accuracy what the next move is. Well, after 4 red bars in a row, bottoming tail in a pristine buy zone, trust me, next move is to the upside. All right? Now we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green bars in a row, plus topping tail, plus way away from the 20. What's the next move? Down. Professionals say you can't do that. Okay? But we do it every day. Drop to the downside. Now in this case, we get multiple red bars in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 red bars in a row. Do you know how far away from 5 that is? That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 bars away from 5. That means the snapback's going to be incredibly violent, right? First green bar, I'm in. All right? Next one. Climactic volume, far from the 20. Get ready. Rub your hand. You have to rub your hands together. That should be up here. Okay. We got 125% rally to the upside over several weeks. Of course, it rallies where? In the sell zone. You're not an interested buyer anymore. You're an interested seller. Last few charts here, guys. Another climactic buy. This is a very fascinating one. Declining. We got, well, here it's rising 20, rising 40, 20 above the 40. Buy zone, you know you're a buyer. Buy zone, you know you're a buyer. But here we have a multiple red bar drop followed by a bullish changing of the guard way away from the 20. You know snap back to the upside is imminent. Next one. 6 bars in a row. Bullish changing of the guard far away from the 20. Party time. Rally. 100% rally. Next one. Same thing. Rising 20. Rising 40. 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars in a row. Bullish changing of the guard. You got some bottoming tails in there way away from the 20. Snap back to the 20. Party time. What kind of party? Let's see. A $12 party in this case. Next one. To summarize, core trading combinations. We have the 3 to 5 bar rally and the 3 to 5 bar drop. Okay? 3 to 5 green, 3 to 5 red. They can happen with these items. Topping and bottoming tails. So you can have a 3 to 5 bar move with a tail, or a 3 to 5 bar move with a changing of the guard, or you can have them both. 3 to 5 bar move with the tail and a changing of the guard. These make up powerful trading combinations of any kind. Just a 3 to 5 bar move is all you need. If you get a 3 to 5 bar move with a tail, it's more potent. Get a 3 to 5 bar move with a changing of the guard, it's more potent. Get a 3 to 5 bar move with a tail and a changing of the guard, you're in the money big time. Now, these combinations, next one, can happen where? At or near the 20-period moving average, my God in heaven. Okay? Or in the pristine zones, either the buy zone or the sell zone, or far from the 20-period moving average. Study this sheet. This is all you need. 2 to 3 tactics. We've covered significantly more than that. You now have the tools to be successful core traders. God bless.